Hey, I am doing okay, not good or great, but okay. But thoughts of personal issues that I am currently dealing with for the past 6 days. But the good news, it's been resolved and I have got my life back now. But anyhow, let's start my video for this week, shall we? And tonight's topic is about the Apple January keynote that happened on January 23rd of 2024, which the keynote was called We Are Splitting Up. Here is the logo for it on my iPad. Sorry, I am having printer issues again, but it's okay with me. I just use my iPad Pro to show you guys. Just give me a second to lift my iPad Pro up. For 5 years now, since January 2019, Apple haven't done a January Keynote Event, which this is the first Apple event of 2024. So this event was 1 hour long, and it was held in California at Apple Park in the Alice. Sometime I really want to go and fly there and stay there for a whole week. I want to fly down there some year for WWDCs for 5 straight days in the beginning of June every year. And hopefully by then I will be all done college, because otherwise, if not, then I will have to miss doing school for that week. Last November, I went to Las Vegas with my family, and on the plane I looked on the map, and me and my family were just 1 hour and 8 minutes away from Las Vegas. And by the way, speaking about Las Vegas, hands down, I would finally want to go there again. I had such a great time. Las Vegas is not all about gambling and casinos. The only part of that trip that I didn't like was when you go and walk anywhere there were slot machines, and I said, wow, I just felt sick to my stomach. Mind you, one hotel, which is the biggest casino in the world, which is MGM Grand. Fun fact, MGM Grand is the biggest casino in the world. Google it if you don't believe me. I knew it's very big, but I didn't know that it was the biggest casino in the world. The second biggest in the world is called the Venetian Macau, located in Shenzhen, China, while it's over the North Pacific Ocean. While it will be a 22-hour-long flight from where I live, while I never want to go to China in my lifetime, because thoughts where the COVID outbreak started about 4 years ago, so that is why I never want to travel there. And the other reason is 22 hours of sitting on a cooped-up airplane, which I feel like I could die from sitting that long. Thoughts crazy. I have got 3 places, hold on, for I would like to go. Las Vegas, LA, Germany, Ireland, and New Zealand, and maybe to Paris, France, to see the Eiffel Tower, which by then hopefully I have a girlfriend or a wife by then. So anyways, enough said, let's go back to talk about the first Apple Keynote Event of the year. And Tim Cook talked all about now January events by Apple are really rare, and which means it is kind of a big deal for Apple. 2024 could be Apple's biggest year, with new AirPods in the works, new iPhone 16 models, new iPads, new Apple watches, and of course major software upgrades like iOS 18, WatchOS 11, tvOS 18, and all new software version called Vision OS, which Tim Cook is going to cover off, mostly talking about their brand new product called Apple Vision Pro. And 2 weeks ago I shared you my thoughts about it. If any of you guys want to jump to that video before you finish watching this one, that is fine with me. So moving on, Apple is rumored to have a cheaper version of AirPods called AirPods Lite. Now Apple Vision Pro came out 3 weeks ago tomorrow already, which is crazy. In a whole new way to look and to view the world. The pretty cool thing is that you can see the room that you are in, and plus there's your Vision OS apps, like what I have got here. I want to buy a pair of these someday, but not for about 4 or 5 years. Or maybe I will wait until the year 2030 for me to buy them. Next year we are already made it through half of another decade already, because next year will be 2025 already, which is crazy. And we are almost in March this year in 2024, which is crazy, man. Hopefully by then, by 2030, Apple will make their Vision Pro headset better and not as buggy as the first general they released in the United States about 3 weeks ago, and for Apple to drop the price of them by about $1,500 or by $2,000. However, I don't think maybe Apple by then drop Apple Vision Pro by $2,000, because I will never pay $4,700 for something like this. Thoughts, some people, their life savings. So anyway, speaking of which, some people in the United States has returned their Apple Vision Pros because they are really heavy headset on the ear, wearing it for a long period of time. It is almost like wearing a ski helmet on your head for long periods of time. I think that future generations will be lighter and more comfortable for you to wear. I know that some people really like using Face ID, but I read online of some hackers trying on your head. So anyways, by the way, speaking about Apple Vision Pro, Vision OS 1.0.3 was released 10 days ago, which will be on February 12th. For those who are beta testers, I mean, wow, already for Vision OS 1 crazy. Fun fact, when iPhone OS 1 came out back in 2006, there was no beta program until iOS 4.2 in late 2010. Interesting. So anyways, so Vision OS 1.1 Beta 3 just 2 days ago. I guess Vision OS 1 will have a lot of bug fixes and very buggy. So anyways, back to this. By the way, some people online have been wondering how do you use Apple Vision Pro because there's no remotes or Joy-Cons. You just use your hand gestures and head movements like up or down. It's really cool and neat, and you can make screens as big as you want or as small as you want. It's really cool. There's a Gilded Tour on Apple YouTube channel about how to use Apple Vision Pro headset. Fun fact, Apple was the first company ever in the world to design something like this, which is pretty cool, but I am sure that someday Samsung and Google and Motorola will create and manufacture something just like this. The future is coming, I can see it now. It's a bit scary for me about the future, about how powerful and more advanced AI will come. AI is a really good thing, and AI can also be a really bad thing. Maybe I should do a video all about the history and the future of AI. Anyways, back to this. Apple has made a new version of ID when they released this 3 weeks ago. There's Touch ID, Face ID, but now there's a new form of ID called Optical ID, which scans your face. It's pretty much the same as Face ID, which I only prefer using Touch ID for my phone to unlock it when I wake up every morning. But when you first boot it on, you have to type in your PIN number, which could be 4 or 6 all the way up to 12. But I only use a 6-digit PIN number to unlock my devices. Both my Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra and my iPad Pro can do Face ID as well, but I don't see the point of Face ID. I know that some people really like using Face ID, but I read online of some hackers trying to get into your personal stuff, so thoughts why I don't use it, but I have got a feeling that someday I will have to use Face ID because there will be no more Touch ID. Thoughts my theory. Anyways, back to this. By the way, Apple created and built a brand new chip, and it's not an 18 Bionic chip or M3 chip. May I introduce to you a brand new system on chip called R1, and I never know hardly at all about this R1 chip, but Apple made their Vision Pro headset with M2 and R1 chip. Maybe I will do a video one week all about this new chip by Apple. So anyways, back to this. Tim Cook also talked about how in about 7 months Apple will release their brand new iPhone 16 models, and we might get not iPhone 16 Pro Max, but instead of Apple calling it that, Apple might be calling it iPhone 16 Ultra. Now there's a bunch of leaks online about it. One of them is newer, bigger 6.3-inch and 6.9-inch screen sizes. There may be a new capture button, which on the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max last year the slim done enough button had changed to all new action button, which did not arrive with iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus models. Maybe Apple will make the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus will have got the all new action button. And with USB Type-C 3.2 come on, Apple only USB Type-C 2.0 last year on the basic models. Come on. Yes, and the rumors said that yuppie. I am reading the leaks are online. Only iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Ultra will get the all-new 18 Bionic chip. iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus will just have a 17 Pro chip in them. Last year Apple did that as well. It's getting a way of how to make people spend more money. Apple is sneaky that way. iPhone 16 standard models will come with vertical camera buttons. All iPhone 16 models, and it's the only official leak about the new iPhone 16 models, they will have Bluetooth 6.0 with Wi-Fi 7 built into them. So anyways, thoughts all so far about the iPhone 16 models. Here are pictures of them, but this could all change from now to September 2024. Wait, what? Guess what? This just and that this is crazy. I don't know if these names are true or not. Apparently, iPhone SE4 will be called iPhone 16 SE, which at my other house I have got my iPhone SE3, but here I got iPhones too. I don't know why Apple won't call it iPhone 4. But okay, the iPhone 16 SE will be released sometime in April 2024 or April 2025, which will be next year. I think it's possible that we could see an iPhone SE4 in about 2 months from now, because iPhone SE1 was released both on March 31st of 2016 with 2 different storage capacities, and then 2 others a year later on March 27th of 2017, which is kind of weird, but okay. No, I don't. I got the iPhone 5S, which was my very first phone of my life. My family didn't know I had bought myself one. I got it exactly 10 years ago, from 5 days ago on February 17th of 2014 from Liddy Short Shop for $400. True story. And I saved and kept it all these years. Wow. So anyways, this phone is the same size and color as the iPhone SE1 General. I don't know if it actually turns on. Maybe for 4 years it has been sitting in my room. I guess I dropped it a few times. The screen is pretty beat up if you know what I mean. See guys, look at it. I think it's a 32GB model. Back then 32GB was more than enough for lots of people, but now 32GB is essentially nothing because of all those apps and software updates. Now I think that Samsung and Apple got rid of 32GB and 64GB storage sizes because of that and the price of buying a new phone. And pretty soon, I think next year, Samsung and Apple will be getting rid of 128GB models of smartphones. They have already did with Samsung high-end flagship phones. Anyways, back to this, the Accessibity Guy is almost done talking all about the January 2024 Keynote Event that happened a month ago tomorrow. Apple's 4 iPhone 16 models. This is not official yet, but here they are: iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Plus, iPhone 16 Pro, and all new iPhone 16 Ultra with iOS 18 as the original firmware for those models. And the camera lens setup will be just like their iPhone C that happened back in 2017. So lots to look forward to, and there's rumors about March Apple Keynote Event, which no date has been announced yet, and now my time is up for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see each and every one of you next week, and it will be on a leap day next week, which will be the extra day in February.
Bye.